Welcome to another edition of the Maryborough Castlemaine Football Netball Show. I'm Greg Hugh, joined by Chris Yeendy. Welcome, mate.
Yeah, thanks. Always great to be here. Great to talk up some MCDFNL netball and lots of excitement sort of happening around the region and some great talent taking to the court.
Yeah, plenty happening, that's for sure. We had our interleague last weekend. Our teams travelled to Garfield to take on West Gippsland. It was a bit of a blowout on the scoreboard, but certainly good things happening across the board.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the girls, particularly in the Open, can take a lot of confidence out of how they performed. It was definitely a tough ask for them, sort of going down by 16 goals there. A slow start off the mark, trailing by 8 goals at quarter time. And like in any game of netball, you get off to that slow start, then it's pretty hard to come back from that, especially when West Gippsland sort of got the upper hand pretty early.
Yeah, and from all reports, I wasn't at the game, but we were outsized across the court. Jane O'Donoghue obviously is a reasonably big body in goal shooters. She stood up when it mattered. Yeah,
definitely. She's a great asset to the team, a fantastic player over Trentham, and great to see the Trentham were very well represented on through the squads as well. But we got to see some other great talent in there from Denali as well. So we had some of the best players I think that our competition has to produce, and they were outgunned on the day, but I don't think they should be too dispirited from that effort because they also didn't get the opportunity to train together that much either, which is always a challenge when you're heading into these campaigns.
Yeah, and 4 hours on the bus is never a good thing either. So I think our ladies spent the night down there on Friday night. Our kids, on the other hand, they travelled. They went down 77-20.
Yeah, tough gig. When we talk about tough starts in the first term, they were 20 goals down at quarter time, so it's pretty hard for the girls to sort of come back from that. But the beauty is, I mean, the margin ended up sort of being 57 goals, but they were able to sort of hit the scoreboard a little bit more, and their defence was able to strengthen up a little bit. And it's easy in those games when a team gets the upper hand early, they just keep pushing on. But a credit to the girls, they were able to score 20 goals for the day, and I think that they should consider themselves pretty happy with their effort, particularly in the second half.
And Brooke Dinwoody from Trentham was their best on court for her efforts in the mid-court. Sophie Bibby took home the Simone Mitchell Memorial Medal. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, no, certainly a very prestigious medal with the Interleague campaign. Simone grew up in Newstead, and unfortunately, I think she passed away through a car accident. But all the stuff that she did throughout her junior netball career is quite remarkable, particularly through the Castlemaine District Netball Association there, and she played a lot of great association competitions and won a best and fairest with her team. So I think it's a great honour for these girls to have that bestowed upon them to win that medal.
Yeah, and Soph would have certainly been very proud to take that one home. With our interleague commitments, we have more representative netball on this weekend at the Western Association Champs in Ballarat, so we'll have our 13s, 15s development and 17s there. Another good opportunity to see some good netball.
Absolutely, and a great opportunity for the girls to sort of get together and continue the interleague campaigns. I know how much the girls love it every time they get out and play together, so this is going to be an opportunity to see how they're sort of stacking up against some great talent in the region.
And that's not the only netball we have on the courts this weekend. We also have round 6 of the Maryborough Castlemaine District Football Netball League. Good to have the A-grade competition back up and going, isn't it?
Absolutely, especially with the ladder that's still got more twists and turns in this one. We're only 5 weeks into the season, and we're still we haven't really seen the competition really settle up yet. So I think it's great that we're seeing some new challenges up there this year, and we're starting to see some new clubs trying to make a name for themselves in the competition.
Exactly right, and we'll roll through these games pretty quickly. So we've got Avoca and Campbell's Creek. Who do you like?
Avoca will be too strong in this one here. Campbell's Creek, they've been a little bit better in recent weeks by hitting the scoreboard a little bit more. But Avoca, they'll have a great win here.
What about Denali and Carisbrook?
Yeah, match of the round this one. This is going to be an absolute cracker. Denali, they dropped a game a few weeks ago against Maldon that sort of threw a spanner in the works with their expectations. But they're facing a red-hot Carisbrook side who have undefeated, sitting second on the ladder behind Trentham, and this is going to be a great contest between two quality sides. I think Denali will probably get up in this one, but Carisbrook, their last 3 wins have been by 10, 10 and 11, so they might go 11 again if they should get up, but I think Denali will be too strong here.
I think Carisbrook might surprise a few people there.
Yep.
Royal Park take on Lexington.
Yeah, a battle between the Tigers, and both teams unfortunately haven't had the best starts of the season. There's only one win between the pair this year, and I think Lexington they'll be looking to press up towards the top 8 here with a big win. And Royal Park they haven't played too badly this year, but I think Lexington will be just too strong here for I think their second win of the season.
And Maryborough Rovers take on Harcourt.
Yeah, the Rovers, after a bit of a slow start to the year, their first 2 weeks produced just one draw, and they've won the past 3 games, so they're looking pretty good at this time of the year, and I think they'll continue that form. Harcourt might just have a little bit too much hard work on their hand.
What about Navarre? Navarre take on Malton.
Yeah.
Any chance of another win?
Well, I think Navarre are going for their 3rd win in a row, but I don't think it's going to be too easy here. I'd like to see Malton win this one because they're really starting to build a nice little dynasty there, and with where they're sort of situated here. But I think if Navarre get up, I mean, we're really starting to talk finals with them now. To have 3 wins in a row, considering at the bottom, so at the start of the year they were at the bottom of the ladder. They've still got the lowest percentage of any team in the competition, but they're still doing well. But I think Malton just in a close one. They need this win to push up against the teams in the top sort of 5-6 teams.
And Newstead take on Talbot.
Talbot in a very close one here. Both teams had interesting seasons, but I think Talbot on the road.
And rounding out the weekend, Natty Bialba take on Trentham.
Yeah, the Swannies played pretty well against Carisbrook in their last hit out, going down by 11 goals, but I think Trentham will continue on the march to being undefeated on top of the ladder.
No worries at all. Good luck to all players this weekend. Thanks, Yeendy, for joining us.
No worries.
And we'll see you next week.